Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day one of our pharmacy mentorship workshop. My name is Aliju Christopher, a fourth-year pharmacy student of Obafemi University, and I'm the co-student representative of the Compassionate Pharmacy Practice Project (TCPP), and I'll be your anchor for tonight's program. And before we get in, please ensure you've registered using the link in the chat box, please, so we can have all our details in our database, so as to share the recordings and all other materials to our mail just after the workshop. So before I begin, I would like to talk briefly about TCPP. The Compassionate Pharmacy Project is an initiative that is all on the practice of good pharmacy practice in Nigeria and beyond. We've done several programs which include interprofessional collaboration, where we brought several professionals on board to speak to us about different professions and how we can collaborate in the healthcare system. I know recently, like last month, we did another program that was talking about how we can venture into different pharmacy practice. We brought pharmacist Olufunke Lawa on board, and it was an amazing session. So tonight's workshop is going to be an amazing one again, and I can tell you for sure that you're lucky to be here and you're going to have an amazing time. Thank you very much for joining. So I'll briefly introduce my teammate. Mayowa is the student representative. Adimola is the program coordinator. Opeyemi, she's the secretary. Stella, she's the graphic designer. These amazing set of people, we all put hands together to bring this workshop to life. And we are very happy that everyone is joining tonight, so as to have the best of the mentorship experience and understanding the role of mentorship in professional development. So please, before we start, please ensure that you are all muted and you can raise your hand if you have any question or if there's anything for us to attend to. And also the chat box is there. When our speaker is on board, when you have questions, you can always send your question in so we can attend to them just after the call. So now I'll be beginning with the citation of our speaker. And as you all know, the workshop is a 2-day workshop. It's a 2 days workshop. And for tonight, we'll be having Pharmacist Taiwo Olaweyimi, and I'm reading a citation now. Pharmacist Taiwo is a growth professional whose career strategies for profit and non-profit, with expertise in healthcare strategy, communication, and international development. The pharmacist by training. Pharmacist Taiwo have leveraged our multifaceted experience in healthcare startups and international global health organizations like Advantage Health Africa and Clinton Health Access Initiative to strengthen healthcare system through health workforce. Additionally, she's an experienced event comparer and panel moderator with about 7 years experience in moderating high-level corporate events for top brands like Mega Life Science, Lagos Health Summit, Microsoft Africa Development Center, EDC, African AI Impact Summit, and many more. She has also served as the lead coach at the Finesse Coaching Academy, where she provides coaching on personal branding, career accountability, and public speaking for corporate professionals, having served clients across Nigeria, USA, UK, and Canada. She's a 2020 West Africa Young Leader We Lead Fellow. She served as a member of the Policy Advocacy and the Research Committee of the Commonwealth Youth Health Network. She's currently pursuing her MBA with a focus of healthcare and strategy. Tonight, Pharmacist Taiwo will be sharing insight on a general overview on mentorship tailored specifically to pharmacy practice and other professionals, and the benefit of mentorship to career advancement and development. And also, she'll be talking to us about the additional valuable perspective from my extensive experience in healthcare and beyond. So, Pharmacist Taiwo, we are thrilled to have you with us tonight, and the virtual floor is yours, ma'am. Thank you.
Lovely, 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 lovely. Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, and thank you very kindly for the invitation. It has been a great experience engaging the TCPPP team every time I get invited by the team, either from the OAU chapter or from other chapters. And yeah, very delighted also to speak with pharmacy students every time. I love pharmacy. I love pharmacists, and I believe that we've got great potential in the industry and amongst young pharmacists and pharmacy students. And we can definitely leverage our collective brilliance to move the industry forward. So, in the light of that, I will be sharing my experiences with you and sharing my thoughts on mentorship with you so that hopefully you can pick a point or two that you will find relevant and that will be impactful for you in your journey. Yes, I've been introduced. I'm Taiwo Olawemi. Some of you may have heard of me, spoken with me, seen me, followed me on social media. And yeah, if you've not done any of the above, yeah, today is a great opportunity to get an opportunity to hear from me. And the concept we'll be discussing today is mentorship. I think that there is a lot of buzz about mentorship, but very little effective mentorship. Some people are in a mentorship relationship, somebody they consider their mentor, but the mentor doesn't even know that that person is their mentee. The mentor doesn't consider that person as their mentee per se because there wasn't any clear communication in the first place that we are mentor mentee. We have a mentorship relationship here. That that clear communication isn't there. Or some people are so hungry to have somebody in their corner as mentor, but they are not showing up as somebody who is ready to be mentored, or they're not even willing to pay attention to the guidance of another person. They're not willing to put in the work. Today we'll learn about mentorship. I know that tomorrow's speaker will also shed more light on the topic and help you to and put you on the track to better harness mentorship relationships that you will hopefully explore as you go forward. Right. But today I will be setting the stage for what exactly mentorship entails so that you can better understand what it means and you can hopefully maximize the experience even as you go along. All right. Before I dive right in, how many of us are in a mentorship relationship currently? How many of us are in a mentorship relationship currently? You currently consider yourself a mentee of someone. Anyone? Okay, Christopher, you do. Okay, great. Any other person? Any other person? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So, Christopher, if you don't mind, tell us about your mentorship experience with this person. You don't need to give us specifics. What's it like? What makes it different from any other relationship you have with another person? Maybe a senior colleague in your school who you can always reach out to ask questions once in a while. What makes this one a mentorship relationship? Can you tell us briefly?
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma. So basically, what I see to be very different is the fact that when I have problems, the way I relate to my mentor is that I want to learn and I want to see how exactly, if probably he has actually like passed through the same problem or challenge, and I want him to give me insight as to how to go about it. And I'm willing for him to he probably is giving me direction as to what to do. Don't have to think it twice because he understands what exactly I'm going through. As compared to me asking a senior as to how to go about a particular challenge, I might think it through. Oh, don't let me go. I think I should drop this or not. But my relationship with my mentor is just more like I seem to have gone through some parts in which I personally I might have I might have challenge in handling now, and feel his insight as to how to go about things is just going to make things better to me. for me.
Well, makes sense, makes sense. So you trust your mentor and you're willing to accept and implement the guidance that you receive from your mentor. All right, good. That's noted. Thank you for that. Yeah. I mean, this is not to say that you have to take everything your mentor tells you hook, line, and sinker. You do not. You have a choice to accept it or otherwise. But why get mentored by somebody you do not trust? We seek mentors because we want the guidance. So when they give us the guidance, it's important that we take it. But of course, sometimes our mentors could lead us the wrong way, or they may not understand our perspective or what our goals are, and they could sometimes unintentionally give us the wrong advice or advice that is not suitable for us. But yeah, thank you, Christopher, for your willingness to share with us what your mentorship experience looks like. Okay, some of us have never had mentors, and that's okay. That's okay. Some of us have never had mentors, and that's fine. The goal of this session isn't to make you go find a mentor right now. No, but it's for you to understand the power of mentorship, to look forward to it, hopefully. And if you get fortunate to have a mentor, the goal of this session is also to help you maximize that experience so that you can enjoy the benefits of mentorship. So that you can enjoy the benefits of mentorship. All right. Yeah, I've been introduced. I'm sure you've all seen the quote. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Who are the giants in question? The people who have gone ahead of us, the people who have seen it, who have been there, seen it, done that. Mentors are those people, are those giants. Mentors generally have more years of experience, more years of expertise, more depths of knowledge than we do. And we seek them because we do not want to repeat the mistakes that they might have experienced or they might have seen other people experience, and they can share insights with us based on those things they know. And that's why mentorship is definitely important in every sphere of life. In every sphere of life, in every industry. If you ask the truly successful persons in those industries, many of them will mention that mentorship has been crucial for their success. Mentorship has been crucial for their success. And we will look at the different kinds of mentorships that we could explore, that we could have. In one form or the other, they have received guidance from somebody, either on a short-term basis or on a long-term basis. So mentorship doesn't have to last a lifetime. Some people are fortunate. I say fortunate because it's not easy to find somebody who is right for you. It's like a relationship, marriage. It's not easy to find the guy who is right for you, who not loves you for who you are, but is aligned and committed to your vision as a lady. And of course, for you as a guy as well. It's not easy to find that one person who is just right for you. So when it comes to mentorship, too, it's not easy to find that one person who is right for you, who is committed, personally invested in your growth and your success, who aligns with your vision, who is committed to you, who is willing to help you be the best version of yourself. It's not easy. That's why once you don't jump into any mentorship relationship, you should take your time. If you don't have one now, that's fine. Doesn't mean you wouldn't have one next year, or in 5 years, in 10 years. You don't need to rush it. But if you're fortunate to find that person who is right for you, oh, hold that person tightly. Hold that person tightly and maximize the relationship. Cherish the relationship. Honor them. Maximize the relationship. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. And you can find these giants from different places. Different places. It could be your church, your mosque. It could be a teacher. You build a relationship with a teacher that transcends classroom engagement and that makes this person to be personally invested in your growth. First, why would that person choose to be personally invested in your growth? You need to come correct. They need to have seen something in you, seen something about you that makes them believe that you're one of a kind, you're different, and you're worth investing in. Yes, everybody is worth investing in, but sometimes not everybody is worth investing in because not everybody is serious enough to maximize such investment. And nobody wants to waste their time. Nobody wants to waste their time. Nobody wants to waste their time. We have seen further this by standing on the shoulders of giants. And mentors are giants who can help us see further, move faster to achieve our God given potential. A mentor is a more experienced professional who takes special personal interest in helping to guide and develop a junior or more inexperienced person. Mentors transform the way you think, the way you behave, the way you show up. They help you to be better, to be a better version of yourself. They help you to clarify your vision, clarify your goals. And maximizing a mentorship relationship is not hard. It's really what you do to maximize your friendships, your other relationships. It's really by being genuinely interested, genuinely showing up, genuinely asking questions, being genuinely present. That's it. No secret magical. Nothing. That's what I think. No secret magic. At least I have been a part of kinds of mentorship relationship. Okay, I'll say three kinds of mentorship relationship. Two structured, one unstructured. Out of the two structured, one was with a senior professional. I paid for the mentorship program. I signed up, I paid for it. And the person is a CEO of a health tech company. The second, I applied for an opportunity. Mentorship was a part of the uh, experience. And the mentor assigned to me was a peer mentor. We are within the same age range, but she graduated before me, say by a year or two, but we are in the same age range. In both instances, both of them have something more than me, more experience, even if it's by 1 year. Do you see? They have more experience, even if it's by 1 year. So a mentor needs to have something to give you. A mentor needs to have something to give you because they cannot give what they do not have in the first place. So if you're on the search for a mentor, you must identify somebody who has something that they can give to you, something you need that they can give to you. It could be an experience, it could be a network that they have. There has to be something that they have that you need that they are willing to give to you. For you as a mentee, when you are in a mentorship relationship, your role largely involves what? Guidance seeking. Because that's one of the key goals of mentorship. How do you want to get better and move from where you are to where you need to be? By asking questions, by seeking answers, by seeking guidance, being willing. If you had the clarity you needed, you wouldn't need a mentorship relationship per se. So maybe some people don't even need mentorship because they already have the clarity they need in that instance at that stage of their lives. And maybe as they grow older in their career, in their path, they may identify roadblocks and then need a mentor. And maybe not need a mentor, maybe need a coach. Do you see? There are different levels of such supportive relationships in our lives. A mentor, a coach. A mentor could be both, but I don't think a coach is both. But a mentor can be both. A mentor can be a mentor to you and can be a coach to you. And what you will need or who you will need would depend on your stage of life, your phase of life, or your phase of career. As a mentee, your objective is to learn, to develop skills, and to gain insights from your mentor. So you must maximize the experience, the relationship. Some of you know that I run Pharma Incubation Hub. Some of you are current fellows or even alumni of Pharma Incubation Hub. Please give me a moment. Just all right, like I said, some of you know that I currently lead Pharma Incubation Hub. That is a career mentorship platform, right, for pharmacy students across Africa. And mentorship is a key pillar of the fellowship program, right? And one of the things or one of the guidelines we have for the fellowship is this. As a mentee, you get paired with your mentors. In fact, we just started the mentorship part of the fellowship. Mentees started, they got paired last week. Last week, yeah. And they are on track for their 2-month mentorship program. One of the guidelines is this: you must reach out to your mentor. Do not expect that your mentor will be the one to reach out to you. You're not ready. I know sometimes things happen. Schoolwork, we are almost overwhelmed with schoolwork. You forget. But if you signed up for it, then you need to show up. You need to be serious. One of the guidelines is that you must reach out to your mentor and ensure that you engage your mentor at least twice a month, bi-weekly. Because that way, a lot of time will not pass without you interacting with your mentor. A lot of time will not pass by so fast that you will not be able to engage your mentor effectively. That way, you are not out of sight. You know what we say: out of sight is out of mind. So it is your responsibility as a mentee to engage your mentor, to reach out, to ask questions. And there are some very enthusiastic mentors. They'll be first to reach out. Don't take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. Follow up, respond. Because one of the things that make mentorship engagements ineffective is the fact that one or both parties are unresponsive. The mentee isn't proactive. As a mentee, you should be proactive. You should be proactive. Recall I told you that I was a part of 2 structured mentorships, right? The one with a peer, the lady was within my age range. The mentorship was for about 2 3 months, I think. Yeah. And I was done with the phase. I was done with the mentorship. And she got assigned to a new set of mentees on the program. I graduated from the program. She remained a mentor on the program and got assigned a new set of mentees. But we still kept in touch. Do you see? My engagement with her did not end after my mentorship. That's another thing. When you get an opportunity to have a mentor, if the mentorship is for a short period of time, Do you know that you can still have access to that mentor beyond the mentorship duration? But that would depend on how well you used the mentorship duration in the first place. We still reach out. She still checks on me. All the time I was applying to business school and I was waiting for decision from the schools I applied to and I was processing my visa and all of that. I always gave her updates. You need to speak up with your mentor. If you have a particular goal that you want to achieve within the mentorship duration, you need to speak up. What do you speak about during your mentorship meetings with your mentor? For me, my goal at that particular time was towards admission, my MBA admission. So that was one of the main things we spoke about. For you, maybe it's schoolwork, and you have to speak about your courses. You have to speak about what your project entails. If you have challenges choosing a project area, you speak about it with your mentor. If you have challenges with your classmates or you're having a good time with your classmates, you speak about these things. Speak about the good, the bad, the ugly. That way, you give your mentor more context about how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and you help them to be in a better position to support you and guide you. Your mentor is not in your mind, though. If I am mentoring you, the degree to which I will be able to support you and help you will be dependent on how much information I have about you and how much you're willing to share. If you're closed off, you are not open, you don't want to be open to me, I can't help you so much. I cannot. I'm not a magician and I'm not God. I don't know the entirety of your life. I don't know what you've been through, what you've experienced. But I also know that we get to a point where we feel comfortable in a relationship with someone and then we become very open. And it's the mentor's responsibility to also make you feel comfortable in that relationship. But you also have a choice to open up, to be responsive and vulnerable to a degree. Why sign up to be mentored by somebody if you're not willing to open up? So, your openness, your proactivity, your willingness to share, these are key criteria that will help your key points that will help you maximize your mentorship relationship. Hmm? So if you are currently in a mentorship relationship or you aspire to have a mentorship relationship, please pay attention to all of this. They will help you. They will help you. Hmm? All right. You want a mentor to help you. You can't come totally clueless. Yes, you're permitted to be clueless about some things. It's because you're clueless. You want guidance. That's why you came to the mentorship program, right? Fantastic. Well, you can't come blank. You must know something. I can't be asking you questions about yourself and you're dumb. You can't speak. No, 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 no. You're going to help me to be able to help you now. I'm going to be limited in the degree to which I can support you or guide you. So you need to have some clarity for yourself, at least to a degree. You need to have some degree of clarity. So ask yourself, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What do I like? What don't I like? Okay, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Oh. But are there people that when I see them or when I read about them, I'm inspired by them? I like what I see. That's something. We can start from there. You don't need to have everything figured out, but you need to have something figured out. You need to come with something. You need to give me something. Because that's a point we can start from that point. But if you come blank and totally clueless, you wouldn't be giving me value for my time. A mentorship relationship is not a place where you go be babied. No, nobody wants to baby anybody around. In fact, mentors want to mentor people who have clarity for their lives, people who know where they are going, people who are on the path to where they need to be. That's when it's sweeter because I don't need to push you around. You can take initiative by yourself. That's when I feel like it's more effective because it gives me more value for my time. What does this mean? Go work on yourself. Go work on yourself. You want somebody to mentor you, go work on yourself. That's where you can make yourself even attractive to mentors. Do you know that there are some people, they may not be actively looking for mentors, but they're around senior colleagues. Those senior colleagues see how they carry themselves, how they show up. There are people that a senior colleague could just tell them, you could just call them into their office and voluntarily devote their time to that person. Say, I'd like us to have one on one calls once in a while, maybe once a month. That mentor has, that person, that senior colleague has taken a special interest in that person because that person is busy. But in spite of their very busy schedules, called you aside to say, I want us to have one on one check ins at least once a month, or at least so and so. That's because that person has taken a special interest in you and they want to help you. They think you have some potential and that they can help you to be better. They will call somebody who has potential. Hmm? So you also need to work on yourself. Start to work on yourself. Start to think about yourself. Mayowa, be coming down. Mayowa, give me extra time. I'm just starting. All right. Yes. So you need clarity for yourself. Ask questions. Ask questions. You don't need to have everything figured out. Yes, but you need to be on that path to having things figured out for yourself. Do SWOT analysis of yourself. At a certain point, have some degree of self awareness. Books will help you to do that. Oh, sessions like this can help you too. Moving about to the right set of friends can help you too. Because if you don't have sense before, if you move with people who have sense, to rub off on you. Do you see? Your relationships, your networks, the books you read, the things you watch. Those things will tell on you and will speak to the kind of person that you are. Mentoring can be one on one. I signed up for the Whisker Mentorship, Women in Successful Careers Mentorship Program. There is another one by Wimbies. It's not for students because you pay for it. It's for young professionals. I paid for the mentorship, and I was paired to one of the top CEOs in Nigeria in the health tech industry. Great woman, guided me for about 4 months. Do you see? As my mentor, she helped me. I showed up. I was proactive. Do you know what I did? When we got when they introduced us as mentor and mentee, we got the email of introduction. I reached out, hello ma'am, I'm Taiwo Olawayemi. I'm very excited about this mentorship experience and I look forward to learning from you. I think I must have sent my CV so that you could know more about me. And then I asked, how often would you like us to meet, ma'am? I was proactive. I asked, how often would you like us to meet? What's more convenient for you? And then she responded and scheduled a physical meeting. We had a one-on-one meeting in one of the top restaurants in Lagos. It was nice. We got talking and we aligned physically. Oh, I said, ma'am, we can meet every 2 weeks, twice a month. Fantastic. She was fine with it. But I didn't let it die a natural death. Immediately, I sent a calendar invite, scheduled it every 2 weeks. So I would remember and she would remember. Virtually, Google Meet would show up. Before the meetings on Fridays, I think about 2 p.m., I would send a reminder. Hello, ma'am. Looking forward to our meeting in the next 1 hour. I was prepared for the meetings. I would show up. She would ask me questions. I would respond. And the ones I didn't know, I will let her know what I didn't know. I'll ask her for guidance. I was proactive. The mentor shouldn't be begging you to speak up. Oh. The one I had with my peer, the structured one I told you about, she got paired with a new set of mentees. And I recall the time when we were catching up and she said, Taiwo, I miss you. I have a new set of mentees, but they are different. I miss you because for you, you were more serious. You showed up. And me, I'm not surprised. I will show up. I signed up for it. You need to show up. Oh. You may have attended some events and they'll do some speed mentoring sessions where you have like 5-10 minutes to speak with a senior professional. You ask questions. That one is very short. May not really be effective every time, but it does have its use. Maybe you have one critical question you want to ask about that person's career. That's a time that you can ask that question. Very short, and you move on to another person. It's not very deep. It's not an intensive experience, unlike the one-on-one mentoring or even group mentoring where you are paired with a group of people, say 2, 3, or 5 or 10 people. In Pharma Incubation Hub, we use the one-on-one and group mentoring model. The Whisker one I signed up for was a one-on-one. The peer mentorship one I had was one-on-one, but peer mentoring. Do you see? You can have two models in one. It was one-on-one, but peer mentoring. I know two of us were paired with the mentor, but she held meetings with us separately. So it was one-on-one mentoring, but peer mentoring. Your classmates may not be able to mentor you, but you know you can learn from your classmates. You can learn from your classmates. You can learn from somebody who is a year above you. Somebody who is a year above you can mentor you. And you have the capacity to design the structure, how you see fit, so that it's effective. Reverse mentoring is what? Mentoring where a younger person mentors an older person. Maybe not with career experiences, but really in other aspects of life. For instance, technology, technical mentoring. Other people may not be as vast with the use of, artificial intelligence, chat GPT, and other technical tools that we have these days. That way, as you're sharing what you know, they too will share with you. Do you see? You are giving to them and you're receiving in return. And mentorship may not also be physical. Remember, yeah, I had that one-on-one meeting with my mentor. Our first meeting was physical, but every other engagement was virtual. Every other engagement was virtual till our last meeting where I went to thank her and I got her a gift. Getting gifts for your mentor is good. It doesn't have to break the bank, but it's a sign of honor. I recall one of our mentees in Pharma Incubation Hub, now an alumnus, also from OAU, finished last year, I guess. And he had been done with his mentorship, I think in his 400 level. He was graduating from final year, but he still maintained relationship with his mentor since 400 level. So he told me, from Taiwo, I'll be going to Lagos to see my mentor. They had been doing the mentorship online. So I wanted to go see his mentor during the holiday. I'd like to get him a gift. What can I get him? That's honor. It's good. It's not mandatory, but it's a sign of honor. It shows thoughtfulness. That's something you can think about as well. And there are great people in pharmacy who can serve as great mentors or great models. These people may not be able to mentor you, but you can read about them. You can learn about their career trajectories and learn from them as models. Pharmacist Abimbola Adebake, my CEO at Advantage Health Africa, a great woman. She runs the Pharmacist Leadership Stimulant Program, PLSP. You should check it out if you're in final year or if you're a young pharmacist. I was a part of PLSP when I graduated from pharmacy school. Great experience. You get to learn more about pharmacy practice, opportunities in pharmacy and in healthcare generally, right? So Famabi Mola Adebakin, check her out. She leads Advantage Health Africa. You're overseeing my pharmacy, my medicines, Advantage Pharma, doing great work. Adebayo Alonge, RXO, great guy as well. Finished with the first class from UI. Worked with McKinsey briefly. I think did he have his MBA or MPH from Yale? And is currently doing a program at Harvard. Great guy, brilliant chap. Yeah. If I'm clear, I must say, phenomenal woman. Physicians respect this woman. She's an honorary member of a physician society. She's a pharmacist, but she's an honorary member of a physician society. She runs UNCI, one of the leading diagnostics companies in Nigeria. Great woman. Former pioneer and former president of the Healthcare Federation of Nigeria and current vice president of the African Healthcare Federation. Great woman. She's a powerhouse. Read these people. If you're looking for a mentor, you haven't found a mentor, go and look for inspiring people. Read about them. Follow them on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Sign up for their sessions when they host sessions, or when they are to speak at events. Pay for those events. You learn from them directly. Read their books. If you do not have a direct one-on-one mentor, you can have mentor models in your life. For a long time, I didn't have somebody I could say was my mentor. You see, all the mentorship programs I told you about, I signed up for them. I paid for some. But sometimes you may not even be able to pay, or you may not get selected for such opportunities. But you have social media. Maximize those experiences, the resources you have. There are great people on LinkedIn, pharmacists who are doing great work in different areas, no matter your area of interest. You're interested in business, retail pharmacy business. Pambi Wande Adekoya is there. You're interested in corporate communications. Joba is there. Finished from OAU, your school, was leading the debate society. Joba and I were in the same set in those days. We were friends in pharmacy school. I was in UI, he was in OAU. But we worked together in the same company briefly. And we still support each other. Hamade is the honor of her, doing great work in the retail pharmacy space for people who want to set up pharmacies, pharmacy operations and all of that. Very active on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, I don't know what you are doing. I don't know what you are doing. If you're not on LinkedIn. Yusuf Hadebisi, we started Pharma Incubation Hub together. Great guy, currently doing his PhD at the University of Glasgow. Did his master's in Oxford in global health and epidemiology. If you're interested in research, he's your guy. Follow these people. Famaluton Sanusi, great lady, doing good work in public health. Now focused on vaccine manufacturing in Africa, working with Bloom Public Health. Used to mentor for us at Pharma Incubation Hub as well. Phenomenal woman. And she now runs our own mentorship platform too for healthcare professionals, especially pharmacists, students, and pharmacists. Great man, Adiela Owo, great guy too, doing good work from the South. See, pharmacists are great too. Melody Okereke, many of you know Melody, phenomenal guy. He needs no introduction. As the pharmacy student, Melody was mentoring for us in Pharma Incubation Hub as a mentor because he has set himself apart. Some of you can mentor others because of how well you have lived your life and the degree of clarity that you have for yourself. Marvelyn, great lady to doing good work. The two at the bottom are not pharmacy students. Oladoto is a nursing student, but I think he's done now. I think he has been inducted, so he's now a nurse. But doing great work in social impact, community development. Is now a co-creator for a TEDx. Is it TEDx? I think it's TEDx. TEDx hub, and then curator for a LinkedIn local chapter. Great guy, doing good work. Won Diana Award, one of the highest global awards for young people. Can you beat that? And you're looking for one CEO to be your mentor when you can follow the footsteps of young people like you. Check them out. Oriri Agbaje, great lady. Read about her online. Accounting. I think, is she a law student or accounting student? Can't remember. But a student of UI. And she is a student member of the Presidential Committee for Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms. Can you beat that? As a student, she's rolling with the creme de la creme. At the federal level, can you beat that? No, you can't. You should be drawing inspiration from these people. When you eventually get a mentorship, a mentor, or a mentor figure, I say mentor figure because sometimes you may not have somebody you can say, my mentor, who will call you their mentee. But you are learning from them, you are following them. Maybe even have access to them once in a while to ask them questions about your life. That's good. If you have somebody like that you have access, you can ask questions, but you're not mentor-mentee per se. That's fine too. Take it as it is and maximize it. Leverage that relationship to gain career clarity for yourself, to position yourself for opportunities. Ask questions. Come correct. Show yourself as somebody who is forward-thinking and who is committed to making themselves better. Through the insights you gain from them, you can also build relationships. You can gain insight not only for schoolwork, but how to leverage relationships with your family, with friends, how to network effectively. You can gain insights on how to manage your time effectively, how to improve your satisfaction as a student, and generally as an emerging professional. Mentors are great people. Mentor figures are great people in our lives. If you haven't learned anything from this session, I hope that you have learned that mentorship is a good thing. It's good to be mentored, and it's good to mentor others too. If you haven't found a mentor, you can pick somebody younger, somebody who is in primary school, somebody who is in secondary school. Mentor them too. Mentor them on books to read, where to go, things to do. As you give unto others, you too will receive. Don't worry. If you haven't found somebody to give unto you of themselves as mentors, you give unto others. And you'll find somebody who will someday take a special interest in you and choose to be invested in your growth, in your development, and in your positive transformation. And in every mentorship engagement, whether you're a mentor or you're a mentee, have a clear goal for it so that it can be effective. Don't be one of those who will say, I'm a mentor or I'm a mentee, but there is nothing solid, nothing substantial. No, have a clear goal for it. Have a plan for it. What's the duration? What will it look like? How will we engage one another? What will we be doing, every time we meet? What will be the talking points? Have a clear goal. Have a clear plan. Have a timeline because sometimes it may not last for life. Could be 1 month, can be 2 months, can be 3 months, can be 6 months. That's fine. Ultimately, maximize the experience and ensure that you become better for it. Thank you very much. Happy to take your questions if you have any.
Thank you very much from Taiwo Raimi. We are so grateful for the time spent with us on those insightful presentation on mentorship, growing pharmacy in professional development is very, 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 very insightful. And if there's something that caught my attention is how you related the saying of Isaac Newton about mentors being giant, showing us the way how to go about things, to move faster and also to go further. And I can say that the role of LinkedIn that you mentioned is actually something that's very paramount. And thank you so much for your time. So, not to waste our time, we'll be going right into the question session. So, please, if you have your question, you can drop it into the chat box, and I'll be taking the questions that we got from the form that was filled earlier on. So, man, how should we go about it? Should I read the questions out, or I take it
You
one
can
after the other?
yeah, you can read the questions one after the other. If there are any similar questions, please combine them so that we can
Oh,
manage time.
okay, ma'am. So, first here we have something like, ma'am, what is the ideal time to start seeking for mentors in our career journey?
Mm. The ideal time is really when you need a mentor. When do you think you need a mentor? Whenever you think you need one. And for different people, it could really differ. Now, you can seek a mentor when you feel like you're ready to maximize the relationship and when you believe that you have the time and the bandwidth to commit to it. Remember, mentorship is not just fanciful. Oh, I have a mentor, I have a mentor. You must be willing to show up. Or do you have the bandwidth to have weekly meetings, weekly check ins, or bi weekly check ins, or maybe monthly check ins with your mentor? Do you have the time and the bandwidth to commit to it, to provide updates to your mentor, to show up? If you think you have that time, yeah, fantastic. Why not go for it? Also, do you think you have a need for it? Is there a particular need in your life that you think a mentor can help you solve? I know there are so many free events, free mentorship platforms. Yeah, you can sign up for them, but you can choose not to sign up for them too if you don't think you have a need for them. The fact that it is available and free doesn't mean that you should sign up for it. You want to make it worth your while at the end of the day. Very important. So there's a new mentorship platform that I signed up for. Women in Africa Fellowship Program in partnership with Deloitte. Why did I sign up for it? Not because I needed another mentor in my life, but because I felt it's focused on women and it's organized by Deloitte. Deloitte is a consulting company, and I'm very interested in consulting. Okay, so maybe there could be some value. That's why I signed up. If it wasn't organized by Deloitte, if it was only a women's fellowship, a women's mentorship program, I wouldn't have signed up. But you see what my thought process is. It's focused on women. Oh, I'm a woman, passionate about women too. But more importantly, it's organized by Deloitte, a consulting company. I'm very interested in consulting as a career path. Therefore, I believe it could offer value to me. That's why I signed up. So you need to have clarity for your actions, for your choices, so that you can maximize those experiences as they present themselves. That's very important.
Okay, man. Thank you very much, man. So the next question we have here is: it is always been said that you don't just jump up to a person and ask them to mentor you. What then is or are the right approach to get mentored by someone?
So good, so good, so good. Yeah, I was going to say one thing you would hear is exchange of value. Yeah, you need to come with some value. Show yourself as somebody who can deliver value to the mentor. But primarily, I would say come as you are, but come with a clear sense of awareness. You saw that slide I shared on clarity. Have a clear sense of awareness, clear sense of why. So you want somebody to mentor you. Why? If somebody reaches out to me on LinkedIn and says, "Hello, I'm Taiwo. I've been following you for a while. I like what you do. I was hoping that you could mentor me." I will decline. Why? Why should I mentor you? I don't know you from Adam. I don't know if you're serious or not. Why should I invest my already busy time and say yes to you? I will not. But one thing I can do for you is to say, do you have any specific questions that you want me to answer? That you want me to provide guidance on? I can do that in a call, in a 30-minute call, even in a 1 hour call. I can do that 2 times for you. But if you want me to mentor you over a longer period of time, you need to give me more reasons. I need to know why. I need to know why I should devote my time to you. So many of us who jump to such requests, we do not have a clear sense of why. We do not. Because mentorship is such a heavy, heavy task. Not many mentors will be willing to do that unless they are assured that they will get value for their time. So mentors only mentor people if those mentors signed up for a structured mentorship platform and they are one of the mentors on ground. Or they will personally pick a young person in their network and say, "I like this person and I want to be a part of this person's success." Otherwise, if you are the one looking for a mentor, you have to show that you come with value. Otherwise, don't ask. I don't think there's a need. Don't go about asking people to mentor you, but go be specific. And if you have any specific question, ask the person. "Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. I like the work that you do, but I've got some questions regarding career clarity, and I was wondering if we could spend some time to answer those questions. Do you mind if we schedule a call so that I can better express myself?" That makes more sense. And that is easier to honor than you saying, "Please come and mentor me for 3 months, for 6 months." So I think that's a better approach, because that way you will still get what you want. You establish proximity with that person. You will get access to their network. And the more you show yourself valuable, you can then get access to their mentorship circle, if that's your overall goal. But start with something more realistic. That's what I think. That's a better approach.
Okay, man. Thank you so much for your insightful reply, man. So I have another question here. How can I find a mentor in a particular aspect? And
You want
that's
to, okay, go on.
sorry, man. That's coupled with another question that says, I would love to know how I can climb to peak of my chosen career in pharmacy and getting the right mentor in my career path.
Okay, all right. I would say, how can you find the right mentor? I showed you some people, LinkedIn. You have to be curious. There are great people doing great stuff out there. Find them, LinkedIn. Show up, be visible. If you are not visible, how do you want to find them? Be visible. How can you rise to and how can you also find mentors? There are lots of mentorship platforms out there. Sign up for mentorship programs. That way you can also get access to mentors. Do you see? Another point, how do you grow to the zenith of your career? Showing up, doing great work. Do great work, be competent. Three things: competence, visibility, and effective communication, being able to communicate the work that you do. I think those are the things that can help you. Competence will be built through the knowledge that you have, your degree, additional degree that you have, a master's, a PhD, the work experience that you've had so far, different roles, different companies, and maybe different industries. Second, visibility. That helps you through networking, social media visibility as well. You just have a LinkedIn account and your LinkedIn account is dead. I don't know what you're doing now. Finally, communication. You must be a good communicator. Speak well, write well, right? And be able to communicate the work that you do. Back to competence, right? Would also be expertise. You must have the skills, it's not just the education, but you must be able to do good work. You must be able to show evidence of good work that you can do and that you've done. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, man, for that wonderful reply. And our time is fast spent, and I think I've exhausted all the questions I have here. I want to say thank you very much from Taiwo Olaimi and for sharing such an amazing moment with us. We appreciate you, and I'm very sure that everyone that got on this call were able to like get answers to their well-meaning questions on mentorship. And I'm very sure right from now everyone can pick a side as to how mentorship is going to help them in professional development. Thank you very much, Ma. And for all participants, please join us tomorrow at the same time by 8 p.m. for the day 2 of our workshop featuring Dr. Ayodapo Jegede, the head of Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Pharmacy Administration of Bafemelo University Faculty of Pharmacy. So, and I'm very sure that tomorrow's session will be focused specifically on getting started on mentorship. Thank you very much once again for joining. Have a
All right.
wonderful night.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you, everyone. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And yeah, if you have more questions, you can simply reach out as well. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
you very much, ma. Bye, ma.